Hello, welcome to the podcast. I'm your ever so gracious host, Mason.
I am Braden.
And I'm Cal.
And today we are talking about media. So, media has a lot of issues, as we probably know already. And, well, we have to learn to discuss the issues. We first have to learn what is media at its core. And media at its core is just a bunch of information sharing.
Very good question.
Yeah, that's basically it. Media is just like a market for information.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know, there's multiple different media sites, if that's the right word. Multiple
Apps.
apps, yeah, like Instagram
Well,
stuff. So there's a lot of different sources that you can go off of, but yeah.
Yeah.
News or other social media
Yeah.
platforms.
Yeah, any type of media, like posts on Instagram or someplace like BBC, is just basically just information. That's it. And how do we use it? And we obviously use it by downloading apps, and we obviously use it by going on places like Google, or if you're quirky, you use Yahoo and other stuff like that. You can search up information using that way. Heck, even places like Google is even a media.
You also use social media as a TikTok or Instagram
Yeah,
or some
pretty
other
much, pretty much
restrictions like that.
everything. Like,
Yeah, but as you're watching videos,
watch.
you're getting information about that.
Well, I mean,
what
or
that
like
site's
YouTube.
doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like you see this dance on TikTok, and it's like, oh, obviously, and you see
Or
this
those
dance
how
on
to do
Yeah,
videos.
how to do. You're just getting information. That's all it is.
Alright.
So now that we know what media really is at its core, I have to look at you, Cal, as I'm talking to you. we have to discuss the problem, and the first and probably most prominent problem is the telephone issue,
Ooh,
or
yeah.
telephone phenomena. Ooh, I know I said that word.
Trembling.
Telephone.
Ooh, big
Sound
word.
effects.
Big word.
Turn on air.
And basically, if you ever played the game Telephone, some person whispers something else into somebody else's ear, and then it goes down the line, progressively getting more and more cursed until, like, I say,
Cursed.
your mom is really cool, and at the end it can be, your dad does backflips off of whales or something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. But that's how it connects with media. Explain how that connects with media.
Yeah, and the way that happens is, since it is information sharing, first bit of information comes out, someone else picks that up, and you can either retweet it or you can just tell it to a friend, and it changes based on how people perceive it and how people tell other people about it. And progressively it could get worse and worse. Like,
Yeah, it can change so slightly, and just over time as people have gone through it, it's just something totally different then.
yeah, it could be like, let's say, coronavirus. Ooh, our next podcast.
Sneak peek. Okay.
And it could originally be 4,000 cases in Washington, but it could change over time to someone saying, "Yo, did you guys hear? There's 40,000 cases in Washington."
Yeah, just misheard stuff. And,
Misheard,
Yeah.
misinformation, and the second one is opinions. That's the second problem that we have.
Big problem.
Yeah, it's opinions with other media platforms, with
Or
just
ideas
opinions on everything, including politics, but we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, and then like especially when you post that on some media site, let's say like Twitter or something, it's just like people can target you for that. Like a lot of people get just death threats just from your opinion.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's crazy the world that we live in. We can't be friends with someone with a different opinion. It just blows my mind.
Yeah, it's quite strange, and
Definitely.
media is full of opinions, shows, news.
I mean, opinions are what we fought for, so.
Yeah, it's
freedom of
I mean,
speech.
we can't exactly change
can't-
opinions.
yeah.
This is America.
Yeah. America.
We can't exactly force opinions. This isn't North Korea.
But we can all have different opinions. We just don't need to hate each other for it. That's what we're needing to.
Yeah.
Like-
basically. But yeah, that's one of the problems. And the very last problem, but not the least, is it's pretty unsafe.
Oh yeah, that's. for
Oh,
sure.
definitely.
With a mix of-
You don't know how to control what you're searching or something like that. You can misspell something and find something that you weren't expecting to.
With a mix of hackers and children and other stuff like that, people who don't even know how to use the internet, people who can't take care of themselves, it's pretty dangerous, to put it simply, because say I'm an internet veteran, all right? I've been using the internet ever since I was 6, bro. But someone who hasn't used the internet for their whole entire life, going onto the internet, they're gonna hear and probably see stuff that they've never seen before.
Yeah, it's just a big change because
they're not gonna be ready for it.
Yeah, it's so many different. You can go so many different ways. Like for like, I don't know, the example I think of is just like with little kids and stuff, and like some person could be like, hey, I know you from school, do you want me at the park and play? Like just some random person, and then they're gone and missing. So it's just like those little things.
It can be very sketchy.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
Yeah, and that's the third, but definitely not the last one.
Definitely not least.
Definitely not least problem. But we can fix these problems. First one is the telephone problem by people citing sources.
Yeah.
Using quotes.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, like getting actual information out there that is.
Or not even trying to re-say the information, just like quote it or something.
Yeah,
or
quoting it, like not plagiarizing.
Hashtag.
Or like even like if it's like something like with politics and you think like someone said something, like either have like a video recording or something like that to really prove that something was actually said.
What was the other things?
The other one is opinions, but we can't exactly, change that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how the world is today. I think we should change the way we view people's opinions.
True.
That's why I think we should change.
That could definitely help.
And the final one is unsafe. Now, we can change these by teaching people how to use the internet in general.
Yeah, because you don't want a 3-year-old getting on the internet and finding something that they're not supposed to be found, or being cyberbullied.
Yeah.
Because that's also a big part about social
They
media.
have to be prepared for that. We got to prepare people for the internet, and that's how we can fix the unsafe bit. And the future of media, I'm pretty sure will never change. More apps will be created, but the people who use it will change, like mostly. But media will always just at its core be an information sharing platform.
Or hopefully people just get a bigger thick skin.
Or a bigger and more textured brain.
True.
But let's finish this off because we're kind of past our time limit at this point.
It's 7
real
minutes.
fast.
It's only 2 minutes past. All right, and that concludes our episode. I'm your main host for this episode, Mason.
I am your second host, Braden.
And I'm the most awesome third host, Cal.
All right, okay. And this was World Problem Talks.